What's going on, everybody? This is Jose Maldonado with Ringside Intel, and today we're going to be looking at 10 of the most memorable moments and matches from the Mexican superstar who is setting the wrestling world ablaze, Penta. WWE fans have finally gotten to see what the rest of the wrestling world has been enjoying for over a decade. Penta made his highly anticipated debut on WWE Raw to huge fanfare and put on a spectacular showing right out of the gate with a very game Chad Gable. The verdict is in, and he made a resoundingly terrific first impression. Now that he's arrived, we wanted to take this chance to highlight some of the most memorable matches and moments of his career so far, to help shine a light for fans who may be seeking out more about the man with Cero Miedo. The Cero Miedo no disqualification match against Vampiro in Lucha Underground. When it debuted, Lucha Underground was such a fun and fresh take on professional wrestling. With its gritty presentation and serial narrative, it was a welcome and highly entertaining break from the norm. Penta was one of the breakout stars right from the start, as fans here in the States got their first good look at the Mexican superstar. This Cero Miedo match against Vampiro was an early highlight displaying the brutality and showmanship that fans would grow to love about the promotion. Next, there's the Gauntlet match against the Black Lotus Triad. One of the trademarks of Lucha Underground was having male and female talents on an equal playing field. And perhaps the most memorable example was this gauntlet match that featured Penta taking on the Black Lotus Triad. The match was an incredible showcase, not just for Penta, but for the three rising stars from Stardom who were on the other side of the ring and would go on to huge success in their own right: Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, and Mayu Iwatani. Next up is when he finally captured the Lucha Underground Championship at Ultima Lucha 3. The last few seasons of Lucha Underground were incredibly tumultuous, filled with contract disputes and erratic scheduling. But through it all, Penta continues to shine brightly as one of their key attractions. The high point of his time there finally arrived when he cashed in his Gift of the Gods title opportunity against the newly crowned Lucha Underground champion and longtime rival, Prince Puma. It was only fitting that one of the last great moments for the promotion was giving their biggest prize to their biggest star. Up next is a triple threat tag match from Penta's time in PWG from the Nice Boys Don't Play Rock and Roll event. Before AEW became a reality, its roots were growing in places like PWG. Some of the best wrestling in North America was taking place within the intimate confines of this indie fed. Matches such as this, which featured Penta and his brother Rey Fenix, known as the Lucha Bros, in a triple threat against Ricochet and Matt Sydal, and the Young Bucks. The Bucks, of course, would play an integral part in Penta's continued success both with the formation of AEW and the stellar matches they would have with the Lucha Bros in the years to come. Winning the Impact World Championship. When Penta made his debut for Impact Wrestling, he wasted no time getting to the top of the mountain. In a co-promoted event between Impact Wrestling and Lucha Underground, Penta was put in the triple threat match with his brother Rey Fenix and Impact World Champion Austin Aries. In a somewhat surprising result, Penta walked away as the champ, much to the delight of many fans who were thrilled to see his star continue to rise. His reign didn't last long, but it forever marks him as one of the few luchadors who have been able to win a major world championship in the United States. Up next, there was a bloody affair over masks and hair. A good part of 2018 saw a heated feud develop between the Lucha Bros and OVE, Ohio vs. Everything. They went back and forth in several memorable matches, including this mask versus hair match between Penta and Sami Callihan at Slammiversary 2018. This thing was a wild affair featuring everything from spikes being driven into Callahan's head to the ref having his arm snapped. Ultimately, Penta came out on top, getting to keep his mask and shave Sami bald after much resistance. This match holds up as one of the gems of this era of Impact. Now we get to All In 2018. All In 2018 stands as a landmark event in modern wrestling history. Touted as the biggest independent wrestling show of all time, there was a plethora of marquee talent pegged to be part of the card. One of the most exciting matchups saw Penta take on Kenny Omega, who was in the midst of an insane run of quality matches. Two of the most exciting wrestlers in the world going one-on-one was an easy sell for fans, and the two delivered a terrific match that also featured a surprise twist after the bell. And now we get to his AEW run, which includes a cage match for the ages. AEW was a couple of years into its existence here and had already delivered a ton of memorable matches and moments. But what the Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks accomplished at All Out 2021 raised the bar significantly. Their cage match for the AEW World Tag Team titles was an out-of-this-world spectacle that tore the house down. The crowd was at a fever pitch for 22 scintillating minutes as two of the best teams in the business put on a clinic that saw the Lucha Bros finally capture their first AEW tag titles. Whenever AEW's greatest matches are discussed, this one is always in the conversation. Flying high for the home crowd at AAA Héroes Inmortales 14. Throughout his time making a name for himself in the US, Penta would routinely return to his native Mexico to throw down a few fantastic bouts for the home crowd. One such instance saw the Lucha Bros defend the AAA World Tag Team titles against Hijo del Vikingo and Laredo Kid. To say this match was a feast of athleticism would be an understatement. Lucha Bros were already well established, and here they were squaring up with the talented Laredo Kid and Vikingo, who was rising like a supernova. Just four of the best luchadors in the world, killing it on their home turf for our viewing pleasure. And finally, there was the best of 7 series between Death Triangle and the Elite. Some of the most fun AEW fans have seen is when the Lucha Bros have teamed up with the equally athletic Pac to form Death Triangle. They had scrapped with the Elite on several occasions, but at the end of 2022 leading into 2023, they decided to up the stakes in a best of 7 series to see who was the best trio once and for all. Needless to say, the series produced banger after banger, culminating in an Escalera de la Muerte match at the Kia Forum in LA for the Trios Championship. Just an unbelievable display to tie up an incredible string of matches where no matter who came out on top, the fans were the ultimate winners. So those are just a few of the memorable moments and matches that we recommend from Penta's career if you're looking back on it. If there's any moments and matches that you can recommend, please let us know in the comments. We love to hear from you. Also be sure to check out ringsideintel.com for more cool combat sports content. Like and subscribe all of our videos on YouTube and various other platforms, and I'll catch you on the next one.